Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the mic with Mike. It is the premier business radio program. We're coming to you from the Hilton. This is Gathering Him. We'd like to thank you for joining us. On the mic with Mike, we highlight partnerships, people, and showcase RVA in a different way. We'd like to showcase RVA, the best and the brightest. That's what we bring to you. This is part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is the premier business radio program around. We are on ESPN Richmond 106.1 every day from 5 to 7. The Choice 105.3 every day from 2 to 3, as well as International Business Growth Radio. So we're here today. A friend of the program. So this is part of our Chesterfield Chamber moment. So Amy DuFour is here with us. Amy, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Do you know why you're here?
I don't. You said to show up, and I did.
Alrighty, so this is a business radio. This is the premier business radio program in the area. Tell us who you are and what you do. We'll start there.
Okay, I am Amy DuFour. I'm Director of Marketing for Capital Ale House and Fest Beer Garden. We have 7 locations across Virginia.
You guys have 7?
We have 6 Capital Ale Houses and 1 Fest Beer Garden in Midlothian. Yeah, 7.
Alrighty, and so tell us a little history about Capital Ale House.
Oh, okay. So way back 20 years ago, if you can believe it, it started with 4 friends who kind of worked together at the time, and they saw a kind of gap. They were looking for a place where they could get good craft beer and good food. So that's how Capital Ale House was kind of dreamed up. They had their first location downtown, and over the next 20 years, we've opened 6 more. So one in Innsbrook. Innsbrook was second.
That's my spot.
Yeah. So that was number 2. It was the old Mulligan. I don't know if you remember.
No, I was not.
Mulligan.
I came here in 2014. It's always been
Cap Ale. Yeah. So, and then Midlothian, and then Fredericksburg, Harrisonburg near JMU, and Fairfax was our latest one.
When you guys look at expansion from a business standpoint, how do you figure out the next location?
Well, at the time, I don't know if I'm really qualified to answer for them, but, at the time it was booming, it was craft beer was new and interesting and fun and everybody was into it. So, I'm not sure exactly how they found Innsbrook, but Midlothian was kind of an opportunity to be the first location. It was our 3rd location to open, but it was our first location to kind of build from the ground up. And we were going to be in this brand new shopping development that, was just being built in Chesterfield County. And that area down Midlothian Turnpike was kind of new and up and coming. And we were very lucky that we got to be kind of in the forefront of all of that. I do know that Fredericksburg and Harrisonburg are both, Fredericksburg was an old historical building that we took over and renovated. It's really cool. If you haven't been, I suggest you go and visit. But, we worked with the city for those 2 locations. They kind of approached us and said, hey, we'd love to have a Capital Ale House out here. Would you be interested? And then through talking with the city, that's how we kind of ended up in those 2 locations. Kind of the same thing with Fairfax. We were referred by someone that knew of us. Yes. And got the conversation going. Yeah.
That's the best when somebody kind of requests you to come.
Yes.
It's different than, you're having to go out and find a location. So Mike King, Amy DuFour is here with us. You guys are on, I'd say, the cutting edge of community. That's how I see you guys. And since I've been here in 24, I've been banging on your door for a while.
Yes.
I have been. Hey, my name's Mike King.
Yes.
Because I always saw the way that you guys did things. I remember back in the day, I was there with the Visitors and Tourism Association. They had a meeting at the location downtown. That's the first time I'd ever been in there. And at that point, I liked the way that you guys business. Let's talk about the culture of Capital Ale House from a community perspective.
Yeah. So we've always been worked very closely with the Richmond Region Tourism, the VRLTA, which is the Virginia Restaurant Lodging and Travel Association, Virginia Tourism Corporation, very in sync with what's happening, what they're bringing to Richmond and Virginia, how we can be great partners to them to help elevate the Richmond area and the Richmond region, really. And then in 2008 hit with the recession, we always kind of had these community philanthropic programs in Capitol Ale House. And when 2008 hit, we really kind of ramped those up. And that was the kind of where Beer Corps came from, which is kind of like our Peace Corps, Beer Corps volunteer program to give back. So we would pay our staff to volunteer. We would help coordinate and set that up with community organizations and nonprofits. And we would pay them to volunteer. These hours got counted. They got paid for it in their paycheck. These hours got counted towards their benefits. So towards vacation, towards health insurance, towards their hours to reach those benefits. And, you know, we do give back nights and things like that. So that was kind of our way of banding together with other community partners that needed help, sometimes it's just even exposure to who they are and what they do. So this year we've started, we have monthly specials that change every month, and we donate $1 from every monthly special sold. This is company-wide across 6 Capitol Ale Houses. For every single special sold, we donate it to this charitable organization that we've partnered with the month. So this month, it's the Down Syndrome Association of Greater Richmond and Northern Virginia.
Shout out to and Bob Lancaster right there, and my favorite co-host of all time, Sarah Lancaster.
Yeah, so we partner with them for their summer internship program, and anywhere that we can kind of be a part of the community, we're always looking to do that. It's incredibly important, and everybody wins. If you come together as a community, everybody wins. Everybody
does win, and it's the way that you guys do business. A lot of times people kind of connected you guys with Innsbrook After Hours. Let's talk about what that was. It went away, correct?
Yes, it's no longer at Innsbrook. Yeah,
it moved.
It's moved twice now.
Oh, really?
It's I believe it's back it's in Chesterfield now at the River City Sports Complex.
So what was the part that you guys played in that? It seemed like you guys were the driver of that bus.
We sold their tickets. We sold tickets for them, and we were a great spot to come before and after the shows. And we did partner with the Innsbrook Foundation for, you know, a few different events. We had one that they had like every 5 years that was around 4th of July, or they had it 4 or 5 years, excuse me, that was around the 4th of July, that was Taste of Virginia, that we were the title sponsor.
I remember, okay.
And they would give back to veterans, you know, for that event. So we would partner with them for that. But we loved having it at Innsbrook. It broke our heart when it moved because it was, you know, great business for us.
All righty, on the mic with Mike, ESPN Richmond. Amy is here. Let's talk about the Chesterfield Chamber. Now, I don't know why Danielle's clapping right there. I have no idea.
I know, it's not like she's fond of it.
It's not like she's a homer or anything, but yes, we did. And here, okay, so this is what we got for the Chesterfield Chamber. Ladies and gentlemen, we spared no expense here on the mic with Mike. Our budget it's out of this roof. All righty, so talk about what the chamber is and what it means to you guys, because you guys seem to be one of the organizations that really play a big part of really buying into the chamber idea of what you guys do.
Yeah, so we've been a member for 7 years, I think, something like that. I don't know. It's been a while. Longer than Danielle's tenure. And when we first joined, we kind of didn't really know what it was all about. We knew that they helped businesses and that it's an organization we should be a part of. But within that, they made it very easy for the members to get involved. And so then it became, you know, oh, it's more than just the chamber and them helping business. It's a way for us to be involved in the community. It's a way for us to connect with other people, not only in the community, but obviously other businesses in the community as well. And, you know, then Danielle came and she just is a shining light on it all. She runs a tight ship over there, and she's a powerhouse, man.
It's a different, you know, it is the ultimate, I know a person.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah. And I joke with them all the time. You join the chamber, they're not going to let you stand on the side. You're going to get those emails that say, hey, you aren't doing anything. What are you going to do? So a lot of things that I go to, I see Capitol Ale House in the mix. I see you in the mix. Let's talk about this gala that you guys had. All righty. So the gala, Danielle built it as a 30-minute meeting and a 2-hour party.
Yes.
And it was what it was delivered. What stood out to me as a parent was you were giving speeches and you guys had some help up on stage.
Yes.
Let's talk about the help that you had on stage with the awards. Who did we have up on stage?
The best kind of help there is. Two awesome young adults. My daughter Livy,
Okay.
who works for Vaught and Spangler,
Okay.
and Danielle's son Alex. They helped
The next generation of leaders.
Yeah.
So the part that got me was when we were towards the end and your daughter is gesturing Alex to come out.
Did he go somewhere? Did he? Oh, that's what it was.
And so the crowd were looking and your daughter is gesturing, saying,
Come on, Alex. Come on, Alex. They were great. They had a blast.
They did. And you know, it was something, it was a corporate event, but that was a family moment. And I just thought that was the coolest thing, that she's looking. Now, she doesn't know who to look at, so she's looking here and she's leaning back and saying, come on. Let's talk about what that was. All right, so as mom, what did it feel like?
It felt great. I'm incredibly proud of her and all my children. And it felt great and I appreciate that Danielle let her be a part of that, you know, and I think it's important for people to see that for our members to see where, you know, we're celebrating each other, we're celebrating the members, but it's also goes beyond just doing business and just our right here to award Mike for this, that, or the other. It goes beyond that. There's more to Danielle than that. There's more to Amy than just being the chairwoman and presenting the awards and being your voice for the community, for the businesses. You know, it's beyond that. And that's what's so great about the Chesterfield Chamber.
So you guys belong to other organizations. Do you guys belong to other organizations?
So Capital Ale House is also a part of the VRLTA.
Shout out to my man, Eric Terry, who's
Yes.
out there always doing some amazing things.
Yes, absolutely. And then I also sit on the board of the YMCA for Swift Creek.
Okay. That's a cool location.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a lot of fun. It's very different than the chamber board.
I'm sure it is.
It's very different.
The chamber board but Chesterfield seems to operate with an energy that's different than other organizations. As we're talking about energy, let's talk about culture. And you guys are left standing through the pandemic. What did you learn coming out of the pandemic that you guys never did before? And then all of a sudden you realize that it worked and we're going to continue doing it.
That we're going to continue doing it. Oh, gosh. I don't know. I mean, we even got rid of QR codes. We're pretty much back to.
Oh, the QR code. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, QR codes was a learning curve for everyone, but we're pretty much back to where things were pre-pandemic. Thank goodness. You know, we were very lucky, and I'll say that and this is not just because Danielle is here, but I will say Danielle and the Chesterfield Chamber and Dr. Casey and the Chesterfield County as a whole was instrumental in getting our doors back open and getting them back open in a timely way and in an efficient way. Dr. Casey called me and he said, you know, what do you need as a business that we can help you with? What do you need to open your doors? Even if it's just to go food, even if you're just sitting outside, even if it's just pushing a permit through, what do you need? And I have that connection because of our affiliation, our involvement with the Chesterfield Chamber, 100%. That is the only way that even evolved.
Even when I talked to Dr. Casey before, he said some of the hoops that we were in the business of making sure our businesses were open. You know, we gave them every opportunity, pushing things through, coming with crazy ideas. Yes. That, you know, pre-pandemic would have been like, not no, but you know the word before it, no.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden.
Do you know what we did to reopen? Matt took pallets, old pallets, painted them white, turned them upside down, put flower boxes in the top and connected them with rope and put them in our front parking lot. And we moved all the patio tables and chairs into the front parking lot with pallets. We tried to pretty them up as best we could, but to make an ABC perimeter in our parking lot so that we could open the doors and serve people outside.
When did you guys come through and think we might make it through this thing?
I just knew. I knew the whole time that we would. As soon as we opened, we were closed for about 5 weeks. It was a very stressful 5 weeks. But when we reopened, we had such a great response from the community. The community was, a lot of people maybe weren't quite there yet, but a lot of people were. They were ready to support the local businesses. They were ready to support the local community, the staff. It's not just Capital Ale House, it's our staff that they see when they come in and they love, and we're supported. We're out here doing other things for other business partners and other community partners. So the community was really supportive when we reopened. And I knew,
we're going to make it.
We're going to make it. And we made it through 2008 and 2009. So those were pretty rough years for everyone as well. So it's almost kind of like we've lived through 2 really bad eras, and we came out,
How do you set the culture and keep the employees engaged during a time that is really kind of scary?
Just communication. Communicate. This is kind of where we are now. This is where things are. We did have, and when we reopened, not everybody necessarily did what their original job was, because we didn't have a bar for people to bartend at. So we found them another position to do. Maybe you're making this much money. We took what they were making and we averaged it out, so that when they came back to work, no matter what position they were in, they were still making the same amount, comparable to what they were making pre-COVID.
And that says something about you guys as an organization. On the mic, ESPN Richmond here. Amy DuFour is with the Capital Ale House. We're down here at Gathering Hem. The crew is filing in. We got Bob Lancaster from Virginia Ability. I got it. Thank you. Virginia, my man Al Green is on the sound system. Women Speaking Sports is there filing in. There's Lisa Triney, who's there. El Triney, an associate. She is our PR expert. Steph B is the Brooklyn Betty with the business breakdown. Danielle Fitzhugh, El Presidente, of Chesterfield Chamber. Crystal is here with us. Crystal Suber. She's one of the sponsors. This is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We talk to business owners, business leaders about what they're going through and how they're working to make Richmond a better place through the power of their business. So, Amy, what are some of the things you'd like to let folks know about what's going on at Capital Ale House?
Well, we have the 6 locations across Virginia, but 3 were locally owned and operated. We have 3 locations in the Richmond region: Innsbrook, Midlothian, and downtown. We are. You've got a countdown.
Of course, I'm of a certain age. What old person do you know doesn't have a count? I've come down from the 10-second countdown.
Yeah.
My wife
gosh, like, 10? That's way too long.
Your arm's falling off. It's just like, okay, on the mic with Mike, Amy.
That is way too long.
That is way too long. All right, so you 6, 7 locations. What is the beer? What's the name of it?
What?
The beer tap. Like, so you have the
Fest Beer Garden.
Where's that located?
So that's located out west on the Hull Street corridor.
Yes.
Right past Woodlake. So in the Woodlake Commons Shopping Center. And it's a fast casual. It's from our love of Oktoberfest.
Okay.
So it's German centric. We have a giant beer garden outside, communal tables. We have the garage doors that open. 27 taps. A lot of German staples, German beers, German food. It's great. Danielle was just there on Friday along with Iris and Jonathan, all 3 separately. No one knew the other one had been there, and they all just happened to be there Friday.
It was the all home day at the. Okay.
Yeah. You have to come if you have not been. It's a lot of fun.
We have to come. We will come out there. So how can people find you guys out there one last time?
So we are on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. It's either at Capital Ale House or it's at Fest. FestVA is our website, festva.com. Or Fest Beer Garden. We're out there. We're everywhere. We're easy to find.
You guys are everywhere. And like I say, shout out to the commitment that you guys have. One of my good Mike, last year we donated 19,000 minutes of free airtime to nonprofits.
That's awesome.
And how do we do it? I look over at people like Danielle Fitzhugh, Crystal Suber, Rob White, Fast Signs, Andy Taylor, Junk Luggers, Henrico Economic Development, Jack Berry Tourism. And I say, I got an idea. And the idea is we can use the power of this microphone to help business be better. And they jumped on board and they help us. Crystal Suber, we got the tablecloth here. We are lovely. Crystal Suber is one of our main sponsors. So, all right, we got to go. Like I always say, Make sure you take care of our advertisers and sponsors, because the microphone ain't free. Plus my grandkids need stuff.
I feel that. I have kids.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.